Hello everyone, the tutorial's finally here. After months and months of hard work, I finally managed to get OBS to work on my computer. So today's tutorial is I'm going to teach you guys on how to make a character for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So note that I won't be teaching you how to use Blender, and I recommend having a little bit of at least of a if you made like a Mario Kart Wii mod before or whatever, something like that, then you just have to have a little bit of Blender knowledge. So here's what you're gonna need if you don't have them already. You're gonna need a dolphin because you can very easily extract the game's files, and it makes it really handy. You're also gonna need Autodesk FBX Converter 2013 because you have to convert the DAE, the Brawl DAE, to an FBX, or else it will bug out and it will not work correctly. And lastly, you're gonna need, of course, you're gonna need Blender, and last you're gonna need is a model that you want. So to keep it keep it easy and stuff, I'm just gonna pick a character that's, for example, I'm gonna just do Rayman as an easy one because whenever I find mods for new games and I start making my own, I use Rayman as a test because he's really easy to rig. So yeah, go ahead and pick the model. I'm gonna use this one right here. Alright. So then I'm gonna go ahead and extract your model. And if it's in a DA, if your custom model is in a DAE, you don't need to convert it because, well, we're not going to use a skeleton. And that's the reason why we need to convert the Brawl model to an FBX, because the DAE skeleton Blender does not like it. So I'm going to put Rayman over. Let's do Mario. So grab the pack file. The PCS will crash if you replace the PCS instead, so use the pack because the pack will not crash if you create a PCS with it. So yeah, make sure it's a pack file. And then okay. Alright, so go ahead and extract the Mario model or whatever character model you're gonna do this with. Now, a side note, if you're planning on doing expressions like this, or like if your character has an item, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into the objects and find, for example, you see these visibility bones right here? These are key to make the model work correctly, because if they're all like the same like bone, for example, if the face, right, for example, if you have like an angry face like this, because if it's like the same bone as this one, it will not disappear, it will always be present. So that's why I later found that out, so now I can properly make swords disappear, custom swords and stuff like that disappear. So alright, export. I already exported it. Okay, so now what you're going to need to do is open up Autodesk FBX Converter and go ahead and drag in your character fit blank 00.dae. I recommend doing the first costume because it makes the things a whole lot easier. Now, open up Blender. So, depending on your character, depending on what character model you use, this could be a pretty easy or difficult task. That's why I picked Rayman, because Rayman is plain and simple and he's very easy to rig. So, as you can see, he's way too tall, so that's why we're going to import the Mario model. And alright, so it looks like, alright, so Mario's down there, so it looks like we're going to need to separate Rayman from the armature here. I'm going to scale him down using the S key, and right there. And I'm going to try and line this up as best as possible. Alright, so I don't rig the fingers because it is a little bit tricky to do that. I do it occasionally, but I don't do it all the time, so you can do that if you want. You don't have to do that, but I'm not going to do it because that will take way too long. Alright. So we need to separate Rayman's feet here, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just only select one of his feet, and then I'm going to delete all the Mario meshes because we don't need to keep any of those. And we're going to need to clear out the modifier and the vertex groups. Alright. So some of these bones, they're specific for specific parts of the model, like these ones. I don't touch these. It's hip N. Starting from hip N all the way down is the ones that matter. So this is his right foot. So as you can see, it's right there. So we're gonna go ahead and find his right foot, which should be one of these foot. So I'm gonna put foot J, because I'm gonna just put foot J. And then we're gonna do the other one. That's why if your character has a rig and has separated feet, this is why like feet that's like this. That's why I recommend selecting one of the feet, so it makes it easier. And foot J. And then for this part, we're gonna put this as the hip. Then the waist will be here. Now the waist and bust are kind of like pretty similar bones, so I'm just gonna do this like this, and then of course the right hand. Where is it? I'm gonna put hand N. You see all these like weird numbered bones? Those are the fingers, and I have not yet figured those out yet. So so you don't have to really worry about them in this tutorial. And lastly is the head. Assign, and then weight paint, weights, normalize all, export, and we're gonna name this Rayman, or whatever your character's name is. Doesn't matter. Make sure that this is unchecked, because it will cause issues. And now we got to convert the model back over to a DAE. So we'll drag it in there. And if this shows up, just click rename. I do it just to be safe. And now we're going to open up our pack, our Mario 00.pack. Sorry about that. Anyway, so now you're gonna click replace, find your model, and if you just now recently installed BrawlCrate, these settings, so you're gonna need for Brawl, it's gonna be false, none. Model type character, and then model version 9. Make sure that this is checked, because if it's not, then the game will crash and it will look really weird. But if you click true, it will fix it. Alright, so there he is. Rayman, as you can see right there, Rayman. We're just going to go ahead and right click on texture data, Rayman. Okay, and we don't need any of these other textures. Give it a second, and there he is. There's Rayman. So now also if go ahead and click true, because then now it will have metaling. When you get metal box, it will actually turn metal instead of just loading the regular model. But the best way to know if your model looks great is to open up the animations. So extract the motion etc. Some characters, like I think Bowser, I think it's just motion. Yeah, it's just Bowser has this motion etc. etc. Separated. So if just look for a file that says motion, because this will contain all the animation data. And you want to click on here, and then you're going to click on this, and voila, there's Rayman. There he is, right there. Here's Rayman. He is completely animated. He works great. So let's do win, and as you can see, that looks good. This looks really nice. So yeah, that's if your animations look great, then that means you have successfully imported a model into Brawl. Now what we need to do is you're going to go ahead and click save or save as, and then yeah, you know, name it, rename it if you want, and then make sure you make a PSAs with the pack, because if you don't, then it won't appear in game. And make sure when you're importing, when you're extracting the main character model, extract it from the pack, never the PSAs, because the game will crash if you replace the PSAs and then create a pack. It will not work. So yeah. Alright, so that is everything you need to know, and I will see you guys later.